I'm here with Darrel Guilbeau at Anime Central 2011. It's nice being with you. Can you tell us how you got into voice acting and anime in general?
Yes, thank you as well for interviewing me. I got into anime actually because I knew the wife. I had acted with the wife of a voice actor named Steve Kramer, who also directs. And so he met me, and there was a show being done at Bang Zoom Entertainment called Overman King Gainer. So, and they said, "Oh, you sound like this guy who's not doing anime anymore. Your voice is kind of similar to him, so you should go audition." So they set up an audition, and I did not think I was going to get the part because I had no voiceover experience. And lo and behold, 2 months later they called me, and I got the part. So that sort of started my voice acting career. And through that, at Bang Zoom they got to know me, and then some other places got to know me, and video games and everything. So it's been great.
How did you like working on King Gainer? Did you ever do the monkey dance as a warm up whenever you wanted to go into the studio?
I've actually made a fool of myself and done the monkey dance at cons. So, but yeah, I love that. I think it's a great piece of that show, and I really love doing that character Gainer Sanga because he had a lot of levels to him, and I think he had because in the beginning of the show, if you're not familiar with the show, he is involved in this exodus, but at first doesn't want to participate in it because he really doesn't understand what's really going on. And then as the show progresses, he really becomes an essential part of that exodus movement. So I love the show, so if you ever get a chance, watch it. Overman King Gainer. Tomino is the creator.
He is. Tomino's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's a fun one.
Yeah. It also says here on your bio that you were cast in Dura.
Yes.
What was it like working on that project?
Yeah, I loved working on that project because I know it's a very popular series, that it was very popular in Japan.
Yeah.
And that it was very highly rated, and people just really loved it. So when I got the part, I was very excited because I know the guy who created Bakano, as well, was a part of that. And when I got the role, I was just extremely excited because you never know. I mean, but being able to also be in a great cast, like with people like Yuri Lowenthal and Crispin Freeman and Michelle Ruff, Johnny Young Bosch, Spike Spencer. I mean, so many people, Patrick Seitz. I mean, so many great voice actors are in this show. So it's also a pleasure just to be in that as well with them.
You worked on several video games, most recently Marvel vs.
Yes.
Capcom 3. Can you tell us your experience on working with games?
Yeah, well, the latest one, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I play a Beautiful Joe, which was quite a surprise to a lot of people because I'm not the original voice. And I'm kind of known, I think, for playing characters that are a little more subdued. So I think they were maybe a little surprised with the energy that, being able to bring that to that character. I love doing it. It was a lot of fun because it was something so different for me. And I've seen some of it on YouTube, so it is kind of fun to see, like, my character, like, oh, it did work, somehow. Other video games have been like Dynasty Warriors 6. I was Tai Si Chi, Warriors Orochi. I was also Shu in Blue Dragon Awakened Shadow, which maybe a lot of people don't know. So some of the Avalon Code, Valkyrie Profile, Covenant of the Plume. I got to have a little bit of a British accent, so that was kind of fun for that one.
In the many roles for Bang Zoom, which one has been your favorite to work on?
I mean, so many of them. I mean, definitely in Overman King Gainer and Do Ra Ra Ra, but also one where I didn't have a main part, but I had 2 episodes in Samurai Champloo, and the character was Sasuke Kawara, and in episodes 3 and 4, and I liked him because this little kid, he was a kid who had a lot of heart, and he hooks up with one of the samurais. I think it was Jin. As time passes, I forget, but he was great because he had just a lot of emotion, and he was a lot of chutzpah in this little kid, and also cried a lot. But but he was a great dramatic, role to do. So I enjoyed doing that part.
On your IMDb, it also says you've done some live action work. What is that experience like, and how does it differ from doing anime voiceover work or doing video game voiceover work?
Well, I mean, one of the differences is, of course, when you're doing it live, of course, you have the costumes, so that does help with the characterization of things. And whereas in a booth, you're in a controlled environment. When you're not in a booth, you're a little bit more in an environment that you don't know what to expect, especially if you're outdoors or things like that. So you have to adjust to the set, whether it's indoors or outdoors. It takes a lot longer. than doing a voiceover job. Voiceover job will be in 2 hours. You could be on a set 8 to 14 hours when you're doing live action. Yeah.
All right. One role that really jumps out, for me especially, being a Leiji Matsumoto fan, is Captain Harlock. Can you tell us what your experience was like being Harlock?
Well, yeah, I wish I was Harlock.
Not Harlock, except being involved with Harlock.
Right, yeah, no problem. I knew it was an anime that was very popular, but I only had a small part in it. I played a flagship officer or something. Flagship, I can't remember. And some monsters. I was some monster voices, and that was actually one where they were kind of just trying to see how I was. Before I had already gotten over in King Gainer, but they put me in some smaller roles because I think they wanted to see how I would do before Right. So, and I was a flagship bridge officer or something like that, which was fun. Yeah.
So. Is there any way that fans can keep track of your work online?
I'm really such a bad web guy. Yeah, I don't have no personal websites or anything for my work or that other people do. But I mean, they can always friend me on Facebook because I do post things on there about what I'm doing. Usually, that's the best way to kind of keep up with me. Yeah.
Finally, are there any last words you want to send out to your fans?
No, I really so much appreciate all of you who love anime and who are so supportive of the work I do, and all the voice actors, all the directors, the sound engineers, because it's really a big group of us, the writers, the animators. It's incredible to be a part of something like that. So I really want to thank you, all of you who have given me positive feedback and have been encouraging. And when I meet you at cons, it's always great, because when we're in the booth, we don't know what's going on out there in terms of how you like what we do or anything. So it's always a big surprise, and it's always great to meet you at cons. So,
Darrel Guilbeau, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you. A pleasure. Thank you.